Oba Femi makes his entrance, and it is time for his open challenge, which, as soon as it was opened, it looks to be closed because as he makes his way to the ring, Brock Lesnar makes his return, attacking Oba Femi with 4 F5s, and also getting this man getting his lawyer in on call over the weekend, finalizing a contract for Clash in Italy. This man had a very busy weekend, and so Brock is back and will be facing Oba Femi at Clash in Italy. So this was the big story on the show, was the return of Brock Lesnar. Crowd went nuts. This was like the biggest pop on the show with the return, and obviously going to the rematch in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think this crowd was expecting Brock Lesnar to show up, nor should they, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, the issue with Oba Femi is like when he squashes out someone like Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, that immediately elevates you to a status where like it feels like there's only a few people who are interesting challenges for you, and that's basically the champions and Brock Lesnar again. And it's very clear that they're not giving him a title shot within the next month. So, I mean, it was either do something like this or just keep treading water, which, I mean, hasn't hurt him so far, but eventually he's going to lose steam. I mean, he's still incredibly over, but you can only do these open challenge type things for so long. So
I think he only did, 2 of them? He did the one with Otis, and then last week was like Angel and Berto. I think that's all we got through. We did like 2 weeks of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, he needed something of substance eventually. And it's nice that they are getting to this at least sooner than later, because if nothing came of this week, I was starting to go, okay, we really need to get something going here.
Yeah. I mean, do you look at this as this is like originally I had heard this was going to be like a multi-match series between them. Do you see this being Brock getting his win back? And do you think that's the right call? Like with Oba Femi, like sustaining a loss if they go this direction? Because I have a hard time imagining Brock's coming back here to lose a second match to Oba Femi. I think they're going to stretch this one.
I think that Brock has to take that match. I think the interesting story here is how is he going to take that match? Because they really didn't leave much room for Brock explaining why he lost that WrestleMania match, except for Oba Femi's just way better than him right now. So how are you going to tell this rematch in a way that says, actually, Lesnar has this certain quality to him?
Maybe this is their Gina Carano comeback story, okay? It was like he got smoked in the first match, and now he comes back to show his full striking game.
And the issue is, like, Lesnar is not a character that would make an excuse for a loss like a heel would. So how do you tell that story in a way other than I just want my rematch? And maybe that's just how they're going to tell it?
I think so, and it's not like you have a whole lot. I think this is this is a rematch that doesn't require a whole lot of time needed to build this up, because they've got like this is pretty much the setup for the match, and you probably get a promo from Oba Femi next week. But coming off of WrestleMania, the match got a lot of buzz. It also aired on ESPN, so a lot of people saw that match, and the hope will be that people are interested in this rematch. Like, you don't need a whole lot more than what you got tonight and the announcement of the match.
Not to get too ahead of things, but like, how would you want that match to go? Like, would you have it like a quick one, like their first meeting? Would you make it a quick one in favor of Brock, where he sort of makes Oba Femi look beatable, look human?
I think you have to create something in. Like, I'd be very careful with Oba Femi. Like, beating him would not be my ideal choice right now when he is so red hot, but I don't see much other outcome to this than that. So it's like whether like Brock just catches him or something that leaves it open-ended, and then maybe it's like Oba has to chase Brock to get that third match, and it's Brock, putting him off or something like that.
It's tough because when you have this sort of energy with Oba right now bottled, once you lose that, it's really hard to get it back, at least the way that you have it the first time with someone who looks like this unbeatable beast. So you really have to be careful with how you book that.
Yeah, it's not the same comparison, but like a Jacob Fatu, like here's a guy that has a lot of steam behind him, and that to me was, I was impressed with how they pulled that off at Backlash. Like, they beat Jacob Fatu, but I didn't think he lost anything in that. And I think that's that's obviously the goal here is that, like, Oba Femi is your project. It's not Brock Lesnar, but I think they want to get this one to, they come back and they do the rubber match at some point later this year.
If the Post Wrestling Cafe were to undergo a drug test in the month of May, we would be testing positive because we are overloaded with content. We are going to be reviewing Hulk Hogan, Real American, all 4 episodes this month. Plus, we will go inside the Manosphere with a review of the latest Louis Theroux documentary. We will also have coverage of the Ronda Rousey-Gina Carano fight, also taking place on Netflix. Rewind Away tackles WCW Super Brawl 2, and we cover NXT TakeOver Brooklyn from 2015. All that, plus all of the XL editions on a weekly basis, Collision Course, Daredevil Born Again, and so much more. It can all be yours at postwrestlingcafe.com. $8 gets you in the door.